a tropical storm in the next couple of days, but there's a great deal of uncertainty as to its impact and what it will be on South Florida, as you know, through the probability cones that I'm sure many of you have been watching on television. Out of an abundance of caution, the City of Miami has partially activated the Emergency Operations Center to keep a close eye on its development. It appears that, for now, this will mainly be a rain event. We are expecting flooding in low-lying areas, and our Resiliency and Public Works Department has already positioned mobile pumps, and all our pump stations have been reviewed and thankfully are fully operational. Additionally, the Public Works crews will be on standby beginning Friday evening to respond to any reports of flooding or downed trees. We'll be distributing sandbags tomorrow, beginning at noon, at Legion and Grapeland Parks. Address can be found on our website. Please report any flooding at the IC website, IC. Please take the standard precautions heading into a storm, especially for our most at-risk residents. Please have ample bottled waters, canned foods, and batteries. La depresión tropical Fred ha pasado sobre Haití y la República Dominicana anoche y pasará cerca de Cuba y las Bahamas durante el día de hoy y mañana. Se espera que la intensidad aumente y vuelva a ser tormenta tropical en los próximos días, pero aún hay mucha incertidumbre sobre el tipo de impacto que tendrá en el sur de la Florida. En un exceso de precaución, la ciudad de Miami ha activado parcialmente el Centro de Operaciones de Emergencia para monitorear el desarrollo de Fred. Hasta ahora, todo parece indicar que solo recibiremos intensas lluvias. Estamos esperando que quizás haya inundaciones en zonas bajas. Nuestro Departamento de Resiliencia y Trabajos Públicos ya ha desplegado nuestras bombas de succión de agua móviles. Todas han sido revisadas y, gracias a Dios, están trabajando correctamente. Adicionalmente, tendremos a equipos de trabajadores listos para salir a trabajar la noche del viernes en caso de que se reporten inundaciones o árboles caídos. Mañana, a partir del mediodía, estaremos repartiendo bolsas de arena en los parques Legion y Grapeland. Por favor, se pueden encontrar las direcciones a esos parques en las redes sociales y en la página de web de la ciudad de Miami. Por favor, si ven una zona inundada, repórtanla de inmediato a través de la página web IC Change. En español yo veo cambio, pero esta página de web es en inglés, IC Change. Tomen sus propias precauciones antes de la tormenta, especialmente nuestros residentes más vulnerables. Estén preparados con agua, comida y baterías eléctricas. Open it up for questions or have the commissioners, Mr. Vice Chair and commissioners want to say a few words? Yeah, go ahead, please.
No, not really. Good afternoon. Ken Russell, District 2 Commissioner. So, Florida, this isn't our first rodeo. This is a tropical depression, but we're always on guard and we do all the necessary steps that we know we should as residents. And that means if you haven't already trimmed your trees, do not start doing so today. Do not put bulky waste out at this point. Solid waste will be picking up on their regular schedule. And in Coconut Grove, that means Friday is the pickup day. But anywhere else, do not start putting bulky waste out from your yard that could become a projectile in the street. While we're not expecting incredible amounts of wind, rain will be our issue. And in District 2, Coconut Grove, Brickell, Downtown, and Edgewater, flooding is always the concern. I want to give a big thank you to the Public Works Department, Department of Resilience, and the full administration for all their work to make sure that our streets do not flood in a storm situation like this. Since January, the Public Works Department has cleared out 143,232 linear feet of storm drains. They get clogged up with sediment from the infalls, and we have Vector trucks that can clean those out. And so that's a big help. And of course, as the mayor mentioned, we're deploying our emergency pumps to various locations, including Morningside, Fairview, Brickell, Mary Brickell Village, as well as Northeast 23rd Street in Edgewater. You know, hopefully not a major event this week, but it really reminds us that these storms are getting more frequent and they're getting stronger. And that's a symptom of climate change and sea level rise, and something we need to work together to mitigate. We need to plan ahead with local, state, and federal governments. As you remember earlier this year, the Army Corps proposed a 20-foot concrete wall as our solution to storm surge. That's completely unacceptable to us, and we continue to support the county in negotiating with the Army Corps for a better solution. But for lack of federal assistance, we are doing our part. The city of Miami has installed 103 one-way tidal valves on our stormwater outfalls, and that keeps water from backflowing into the streets during a storm surge. So we're doing our part, but we need to work together better at all levels of government. Thank you very much.
Let me just say good afternoon. For those parts of District 5, not to be as technical as before, for those parts of District 5, Upper East Side, Alapata, some portions of Wynwood that do heavy flooding, and for most of the district where we're not code enforcement heavy, you should be able to prepare yourselves when you have projectiles, and you know what they are: boats in yards, cans, wood, all those sort of things that probably should be stored elsewhere, but are stored in your yard. Be careful and tie down. Well, we always know about hurricanes, tropical storms, and the like. None is ever the same as the last one. And so we always good for us to prepare as best we can. Be prepared, be ready, as opposed to be caught unprepared and not ready. We try to do the best we can on the flooding. Clearly, we have more work to do on that. But for the time being, like the Commissioner just said, if you have not put it out, don't put it out now. And if you have, maybe take it back until after this passes. And so please look forward to the city's emergency management number, and to the extent you need some assistance with anything, please call us. Thank you very much.
They haven't left much for me to say. The only thing that I want to add is that we don't want to create panic. I don't want anybody to be panicked, just to be aware. Be aware where the tropical depression is, the path that is following, and the intensity, which is extremely important. I hope and I pray to God that we're just going to have just a tropical depression with a lot of water, or some water, and very little wind at all. But nevertheless, I agree with the commissioners that we should not place now any of the bulky garbage or trash in the side of the houses, because if the wind is a little bit, the speed of the wind is kind of high, well, it could be a projectile. So just be aware, don't panic, but be alert, be alert. En español, no quiero que, lo único que puedo añadir de lo que han dicho mis compañeros es que no vamos a crear el pánico. Esto no es para crear ningún tipo de pánico, pero más vale precaver que tener que lamentar. Y lo más importante en estos momentos es seguir la trayectoria y mantenerse informado la velocidad del viento y la trayectoria de esta depresión tropical. Así, de esa manera, pues podemos nosotros prepararnos en caso de que aumente la velocidad del viento, pero le rogamos al Señor que esto sea solamente una depresión tropical y que venga muy poco viento y con un poco de agua. En el Distrito 4 nosotros hemos estado, desde hace mucho tiempo tenemos un programa de que los camiones que succionan en las alcantarillas y limpian las alcantarillas han estado trabajando continuamente, y yo creo que esto nos va a ayudar mucho con lo que es las inundaciones. Pero si hay algún tipo de inundación, por favor, como dijo el alcalde, repórtenla inmediatamente, no importa de cuál distrito sea, que nosotros la ciudad enseguida va a tomar medidas. Así que estén alerta y no se asusten.
Thank you, Commissioners. Any questions? Boats in the marina? Yeah. You have a boat? Anything else, guys? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Gracias. Thank you.